Tonight I'd like to introduce our new councillor, David Liddle. Welcome, David. Okay. This is so you all recognise him if he's out and about.
One see, never forgotten.
Before we start, please silence your mobile phone.
Apologise for being late, there's a reason.
We start with the special meeting agenda. Appointment of honorary freemen, free women. Council will start today by considering the creation of honorary freemen. This has come about because of the decision that the council made to convert existing honorary citizens to freemen and free women. The legislation states that this needs to be a special meeting, which is why the agenda looks unusual tonight, which it does. The office has given some thought about a more formal presentation evening. Members will be updated about this later in the year. I think the agenda is self-explanatory, but if people have any questions, please can you raise them now? Anybody want any questions on this? You've actually been through it? No? If not, please could I have a proposer and a second to make these names on the agenda honorary freemen and free women of Filey. Could I have a proposer? Councillor Anthony, a seconder please. Councillor Bosworth. All those in favour of this please. Second. Okay. Right, thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I must close this meeting and go on to the main meeting of the night. Because it's a special meeting, you've got to do this. Okay, bye all. Alright. Ordinary meeting agenda. Number 1. To receive apologies. I will now hand over to Clark to read out a list of apologies.
I've received apologies from Councillor Wright. This is for a hospital appointment. Councillor Hawley, who's on holiday. Councillor Granville, who's also on holiday. And Councillor Wilkie, who's unavailable because of work.
And Councillor Shackelford?
Yeah, and Councillor Hatsby also sends apologies, he's been called out for a missing dog. Well, one of the cliff anyway, so no one missing.
Okay, all those in favour of that, please? Thank you. Number 2, declarations of interest. Members, are there any declarations of interest from members in relation to items on the agenda? This saves a little bit of time, reading right through it all. Have we any? No? If any does crop up, you can actually say just before the item comes onto the actual agenda. Okay? Number 3. Centenary of World War I. On behalf of the Council, I have agreed to a £500 donation to be made to the British Legion to support the events in Filey celebrating the end of World War I. Members of the British Legion haven't actually got here tonight, but as I am a member of the British Legion, I can actually take the cheque and actually deliver it to them. Okay, what it's about is it's so that they can get a piper, so they can do a big parade again from the Tesco's down to Memorial and do a little service down there on the evening to do a marching band as well, if possible, and if there's anything left after that, it will go to the actual day of the 11th. Okay? Right, thank you very much. I hope they'll come. If they do come, I'll hand it over to them now. I did ring them this afternoon to tell them again, to remind them on, that unfortunately they just haven't come. Okay, thank you. We'll go on now to number 4, public participation time. Members of the public may now speak. Please note that 15 minutes is available to members of the public to speak. Are there any? Yes, sir. Can you state your name and...
My name is John Moore. I just wanted to ask a question in relationship to the relationship that Filey Town Council have now with Scarborough Borough Council. As we all are aware, Whitby have voted no confidence in Scarborough, and so do Filey. Looking from the outside in, I now see that there seems to be, correct me if I'm wrong, there seems to be no representation coming to Filey Town Council meetings from to liaise with councillors from Scarborough Borough Council with any major issues that the town may have. Is that correct at this stage?
Well, we have a member of the Borough Council here tonight. That's Councillor Sam Cross. And I'm sure if there's anything raised tonight, Councillor Cross will take it forward for us.
Right. So Sam is the man to liaise with now.
Sam is the man.
Yeah.
You can also liaise through us, through the office, straight to Scarborough Borough Council as well, through Maureen or David. Okay? Councillor Smithson, Councillor Shackleton.
They're quite within the rights to liaise with all our local councillors, either Councillor Colin Harrington or Councillor Michael Cook.
Yeah. Councillor Cross.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Shackleton. It's a point that I was going to make, that all councillors are there to liaise with, even though some of them, for various reasons, choose not to attend, rightly or wrongly, as the case may be. You know, I will always continue as a Filey Town Councillor, attend as many meetings as I can on behalf of Filey, to promote it, in the area. That's all I'd like to say.
Right, thank you for that. Is there any more members of the public wish to speak? Yes, sir.
How do you want the public to liaise with the absent councillors? Do you want them to go through Filey Town Council, or do you want them to go directly to the councillors themselves?
Well, we have the option actually. We could go straight to the to Scarborough Borough Council, but preferably we would like it to go through the Borough Councillors back up there, up to Scarborough. Okay? So you can actually liaise. His Councillor Cockrell's email is actually on the Scarborough Borough web, and I believe it's on ours as well. So you could actually pick that up and liaise through that with him. Okay?
Excuse me, Chair. I'd like to make a decision. As you rightly said, the Borough Councillors' email addresses are on our website. I suggest if you wish, email them and copy Filey Town Council in so we know what they've received from concerned members of the public.
Okay.
I think that would be a way forward.
Councillor Cross.
Yeah, I'm sure certain councillors are watching this meeting tonight at home, live on their laptop or when it's up there, or when it's just loaded up to the website.
Well, it hasn't gone on the web yet.
Yeah, but it does go on the website.
I understand. Does anybody else wish to speak? No? Well, thank you for that. We'll move on then to North Yorkshire Police Report. Welcome, Tony.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you again for the opportunity to let me present the police report. I understand everybody's had a copy of it and had a chance to look at the report that's been produced. Is that correct? Yeah. What I normally do when I present it, I don't go through all the figures. If everybody's had a look at them, there's incidents there: crime breakdown, theft, damage, violence, antisocial behaviour and traffic. What I will offer up is Does anybody have any questions on the police report? I'll start with that, if I may.
Does anybody? Councillor?
It's not pushing, Chair, just say, you know, I'm quite happy that the figures are down.
Yes, overall, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Anybody else? Councillor Mead?
It's not on the report. The reason I was late, I was being stuck talking to Andrea Adam, trying to find Lynn for Lou, doing the flower bed and the bumblebee.
In where, sorry?
Where the bumblebee is, near the
Yes.
doctor's.
Where the telephone will give to them.
She said that she was bending down, doing the clearing of the bed, and the youth pushed her over with the foot. She showed me him, and I went to him and asked him what they actually thought he was doing. And I said, I've said sorry. I said, that's not good enough. What would that be should they really hurt so? I'm sorry. And he went up the rest of them, and they walked down Bellevue Crescent.
Yeah, the advice would be for the lady in question to report it to the police, so we can investigate it.
I did tell him I would be mentioning it tonight.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
If you could pass it on,
he didn't.
if you know it, if you need
He
to
wasn't very
report
keen
it,
about that.
report it in person or ring it in via 101, and it won't get investigated. It needs reporting from her.
Yeah, I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, it's fine.
But she was fine. She was just.
Yeah, when we finish here, we'll be doing our usual patrols, so I'll keep an eye out, but we need a bit more information, so if you could please report it, either direct to the police station or by the 101 system. Well, thank you for highlighting it.
Councillor Anthony?
Have you got anywhere with the vandalism?
No, it's actually on here this time. It's ongoing. It's on there,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Because there seems to be quite a bit going on at the moment, little
Yeah.
bits of vandalism around town. Do we think it's the same group or?
I don't know.
No. Okay.
Sorry, I wouldn't like to give you, misinformation.
Okay.
It'll be ongoing. I mean, all I would ask is, if people see anything when you're out and about, if we can report it when it's happening, and it gives us a better chance to speak to these people responsible and solve the crime.
She talking to her for a while, she did seem to have accepted his apology. So
That would be advice I would give her, if you're not happy, she report us as in person or via 101.
Any more questions? Yes, Councillor Cross.
Thank you for that, Chair. Really just a statement. One of the things that I've noticed that we've got few new police officers, as well as PCSOs, just being employed at the incident I attended week last Saturday, and there were two new guys that have been taken on, from over West Yorkshire, where somebody used to be with proper bruises over there. And so, I think the good news is that, we are getting more police in Filey, and as much as though we don't want crime, the only reason that we do have the police that we've got is that we have got the level of crime that we've got. It's all, police, crime related, and, a number of incidences happening. So, from that point of view, we are up to full strength as far as police and crime.
Right, thank you for that, Councillor Cross. Does anybody else wish to ask any questions, councillors? No? Well, thank you very much for coming along and talking
No
to
problem,
me.
it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Number 6, Borough and County Council's reports. Scarborough Borough Councillors. He's gone. When you're ready, Councillor Cross.
Come downstairs.
He's gone downstairs. Well, while we're waiting for Councillor Cross, can we take Councillor
Sorry
Cross?
about that.
What is that?
As Chair, just two things to report as far as Borough is concerned. First thing that we've got is that the new boundary commission figures are in force, and the number of councillors has reduced in the Scarborough area, as you're probably aware, but we managed to maintain the 3 in Filey. That went to the Houses of Parliament last week and it's gone through. What was the other thing I forgot now? Come back to me. Oh yeah, the other thing was regarding the parking. I don't know if you've had the decision that was made by the portfolio holder to increase and now charge in the country park over the winter stadium. So whereas residents have been able to go up and park the cars in the country park, that decision is being called in by the independent group currently, and we're objecting it to happening. It's not just in the country park, it's certain areas of Whitby, certain areas of Scarborough, but it's going to affect us on the West Avenue car park and also in the country park.
Councillor Anthony,
Yes. Sam, I understood that was to offset parking for residents. You know, parking permits, residents permits. We don't have them in Fife.
Well, exactly. I think, the county council might have got confused. We did have residents permits, but we've never had residents permits in Fife. So it's really been unjust for the residents of Fife, residents of Fife once again, but we're fairly used to that from the borough.
Any more questions for Councillor Cross?
Yeah.
Councillor Buzzer.
I've had a complaint given to me only this evening about the
complaints.
state of the grass cutting up on Country Park and the fact that it's all been left there and it's brown. Somebody said to me, we thought it had been ploughed up. It's just brown and horrible and fallen.
To go on from there, I think it's the bike race, the bike ride as well, so we can hit.
It is this weekend, yes, but they don't go right across there though. They only go up to the top on the first day, near the toilet.
There's the fence and the dealing and everything. As council was stating, it's just good here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Councillor Cross. Councillor Swires.
Firstly, I would just like to mention the sad loss of the Lord Lieutenant in the helicopter accident. We were sadly missed, but it was a refreshing breath of air in that office. You'll agree.
Yeah, we are aware of that, yeah.
To have just some bit better news, I thought you would be interested that in the Queen's Birthday Honours list, Peter Dwyer, who recently retired as Corporate Director of Children's Services, he was awarded a CBE because he oversaw the transformation of children's social services so that it's now recognised as one of the top social services in the country. And the number of looked after children has fallen by 20% in North Yorkshire in the last 5 years, and more children are supported to live safely at home. So I think we should celebrate when things are going well. So while the majority of councils are overspending significantly on children's services, we in North Yorkshire brought about £6 million of savings just through being efficient and employing effective practice. So therefore we're one of 15 exemplar children's services to become a partner in practice for the Department of Education. And we're now working alongside other authorities to share good practice and develop long-term and sustainable high performance. And also we had Luke Rogers, who himself was a county's former looked after child and a founder of the Foster Focus, and he was made a medalist for his contribution to children and family services. So that's in addition to the 2 OBEs that we received in the New Year's Honours list. So, and that's all in children's services, so that's very gratifying. Right, to come back to the more mundane. The work to refurbish the Pelican Crossing in Station Avenue and Station Road is to begin on the 18th. the work will include a complete replacement of the above-ground replacement and installation of new poles, signal heads, etc., and should be completed by the 29th of June. The existing equipment has been in place since 1982. Most of the work will be on the footpath, so any carriageway lane closure will be kept to a minimum. So hopefully it won't inconvenience too many people. The new signal will operate as a puffing crossing, which includes pedestrian detectors to vary the amount of time that it gives people to cross the road, then for it to be better if the slower moving individuals and if there's a group of people. And it will operate using the extra low voltage system, which will result in energy savings of up to 80% over the current system. The trees in Silverwood Avenue, they're about to start work on that. Both crown lifting and not an excellent on trees. Some overreaching branches that are masking signs and that kind of thing, and it'll take any dead out. So that should be happening very soon. And the newts on the footpath that we've been waiting for, they're hoping to do that in August. They're doing two different projects before that, and then they'll come on to that. But the hope is to get it done while the weather's warm and before the newts return. And I think you've been notified of this, but there are two flats on the Crescent that are having problems with parking in Melville Terrace, and they're wanting double yellow line. It's been inspected, and Richard Marr emailed with it, but as was stated when we were talking about yellow lines and only at the last meeting, it just doesn't meet the criteria. And it's a very long and laborious process, and there have been no other complaints. I understand the Town Council has been approached to support this application. So, I mean, that's where we are at the moment. So, yeah. Now, the locality budget is now in operation. So should be on with that, and we have this new environmental grant, which they seem to have got the processes in place now, and I'm looking for ideas. First we contact Andrew Sanson, who he'll do this bit of investigation, and if he thinks it's a suitable project, it'll be passed forward to someone at county who will look at it in county-wide terms before it comes back to us. I asked how long this process should take, but nobody's done it yet. So we don't really know at this point in time. Now, it was Tom's suggestion, and I'm only throwing it in as a suggestion. I have spoken to Andrew about it, and he thinks that it would be a possibility. But we spoke about it before the Tour de Yorkshire, to clean up the signs and to realign where necessary, where they need some adjustment, and if there's any that perhaps are in really bad condition that need replacing. I think that would really smarten Filey up. I don't know what you yourselves think. And of course, if you have any other suggestions as to schemes that you would, I mean, there's only £5,000, and you can't do that much with £5,000 when it comes to highways. But little resurfacing perhaps, or a drop curb, or where you think there might be something. If you have an idea, then we can discuss it and run it past Andrew and see if it is, if it's a possibility. But anyway, I just thought that it was Tom's suggestion, and I thought it was a very good one. I think it would, in general, just mark up Filey. Sometimes it's just a good these in place and clean signage would be good. But that's really just to discuss. Now, Robert did email me regarding permission to display a 2-metre banner on the pedestrian railings on the current corner of Murray Street and West Avenue for the Festival of Filey from the 15th to the 30th of July. Unfortunately, it's a straightforward no. It's because of visibility. It's a very busy spot, as you know. I mean, is there any private land that you can think of? Perhaps the co-op funeral directors, somewhere like that perhaps. But again, I'm looking for suggestions I can talk to Robert about.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it. If anybody's got any...
Right. Councillor Meek first, then Councillor Anthony.
Well, quite a few questions. You just mentioned the corner. You mentioned visibility. Well, what does it actually, what visibility does it stop? Because everybody going towards it, all in one
Look, I can only
direction.
tell you what Andrew told me. He just, very simply, he just said straight back. He said
Well,
they've had requests of that kind before, and it was just simply a straightforward no.
Well, I don't know where he gets his visibility from. Because it's a one-way street down Murray Street. It's one way on West Avenue. And when you're going from the station, you're coming to it, it's not stopping no visibility whatsoever.
Well, I think part of the problem is if you create a precedent, it could cause problems with later applications. The log is a bit muddy, doesn't it? I think that's part of it.
Moving on, you got on about yellow lines.
Yes.
As I said at the last meeting, don't you think we ought to pursue the yellow lines, even though it doesn't meet the criteria we're here to prevent accidents, not wait till they've happened? Well, one of the criteria was, well, nobody's been injured. Well, I don't want to see anybody injured here. I want to prevent it.
These are national guidelines, and I can
Yeah,
only...
but never mind the national guidelines, why don't we pursue it?
Well, if you wish to pursue it, then
Well,
I can take it forward and see where we get with it.
I think that's what Councillor Meek's asking you to do, to take it forward.
Oh,
So, yeah, sorry,
forward.
what, for this parking at the back of, where is it, Melview Terrace?
Yeah, and also the top entrance near the school into Wharfdale, the bottom entrance near
Well, I
the...
think there would be more chance with those than the Melview Terrace, I have to say.
Well, I think they all ought to be pursued. And then if something happens, you can't say we haven't tried.
Well, if that's the wish of the council, well then I'll take it forward to Andrew and see where we get with it. if that's the feeling of the whole council.
Well, I propose
Yeah,
that we do.
If you can take that one forward, please,
Yeah.
and see what comes up.
So you want all three taken forward?
Yeah.
Yeah. One more item. Earlier on the week, I emailed Andrew Stanton, and like I said, I've got two of the answers, but I've also got another one. He's mentioned in the report saving money. Right, outside number 28 Euston Road, which is the corner of the bottom entrance nearest to the level crossing and Mustard Road, there's an edge. You talk about visibility, people coming out of Wharfdale, the edge is that high, that thick. For the last 2 years, North Yorkshire, after requests to trim it back, they have trimmed it back. When I sent on the email I sent to Andrew, I suggested taking it out to save money, serving no purpose whatsoever.
So does this edge belong to the council?
The edge belongs to the highways.
Highways, right.
And as we sent back, we will arrange for it to be trimmed back. Instead of doing that and costing money every year, why not just take it out? What about saving money?
Is that the thoughts of the entire council?
Can you define which edge
The bottom entrance nearest to the level crossing
Yeah,
up to Wharfdale,
yes, that one.
the last bungalow on the corner, number 28,
Yeah,
which is actually 28 Mustard Road. He's got his boundary, which is the other side of the hedge, and this hedge must be 8 foot tall, it's about 3 foot thick, and they're coming back every year to trim it back, because people on mobility scooters coming out or going in, and people walking, they're nearly running into each other. Someone will get hurt.
Well, if that's the wish of the council, again,
I would like to see it taken out, so it's up to the rest of you.
Is this, I'll go back to the full council.
So we need to have a look at it first.
Well, do you want time to have a look at it, Reece?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I would have thought that had belonged to the property.
Well,
No.
I've done as well, but
Without, without sounding ridiculous, I mean, what is the purpose of this hedge? What does it hide or?
Untied up, it hides people coming from round corner, mobility scooters coming round corner. It's dangerous. And I get complaints from residents, and last time Andrew's had it chopped back, and it just goes back again. Just costing money, and you get North Yorkshire about saving money. So let them save more money.
Well, it can be very emotive when you start talking about taking out hedges and trees and things. Could be something of a hornet's nest.
So, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I'm here to prevent it, not try and help cause it.
Right, I'll speak to you at the next meeting about
Yes.
that.
right, Councillor Anthony.
Just to go back to the environmental funding, I didn't catch if you said there was the criteria was already published now. Do we have a copy of it or?
Yes, unfortunately I couldn't make the seminar,
Right.
they were telling us all about it. But there is some prices up as to what research and things like that to give us some guidelines. And of course any project would need to be costed, because obviously it can't be more than having a good budget. Again, it's a minimum of £300. But you know, I mean, as far as I'm aware, nobody's put in for anything as yet. It's all very new. So we'll just test the water a bit. If you've got something you think you might be high weight, environmentally related and so on.
Can I bring in, have you finished or can I bring a new topic up?
Yes,
Oh, right.
well,
I've had quite a few complaints actually about from residents and Keep Valley Tidy about the highway at the back of Oak Street.
oh
Which
yes,
we have
yes, I've got.
discussed numerous
Yes,
times.
I had an email came in late last night or this morning.
Yeah, I believe residents have been told.
And I have asked about it, but it isn't within our domain. It's a borough council issue. In fact, I was hoping to get a word like this there rather than a word of council.
Apparently it's a highway. Andrew Stanton's been out to look at it before now.
Well, I
It's a
spoke to him
highway.
this afternoon, and he said it was a borough council. Because it's litter and... well, we'll have another word.
My understanding was that those bins shouldn't be there because it's a highway.
Right.
They should be in the gardens,
Yes.
and in which case the rubbish wouldn't come out onto the street. One of the bins doesn't have a lid on,
Right, I have
and of
another
course the
word.
seagulls are in.
Yeah.
I mean, if they have to be on the street, perhaps some seagull-proof bins.
Right, I have another word.
Right, at this point, I'm going to move Standing Order 3E and adjourn the meeting to allow Councillor Cross to, if he'll come in and try and answer that one as well, please.
Yeah, I will about the unsightly bins at the back of Oak Street. Really, it's residents who should have space for the bins, otherwise we should have green bags that we should be put, new green bags for the waste, but if they've not got space for the bins, they're not bringing them off the property. They're not bringing them onto their own property. The bins should be taken away and we should have green bags passed, so it's up to the residents to bring it in. It's not what needs is enforcement, whether it's from the highways or whether it's from SPC, but I'll take that up.
I mean, this has been going on for years now, hasn't it? Yeah.
Right, now,
I think what happens is there's a purge every so often and then they bring it in, and then after across, there's also a commercial bin on there, that the girls were pulling all the bags out on Sunday. Is that the one that the Italian at? Yeah, well, that, I don't know whether we would upset them away, it's a commercial bin, we can't take it, honestly, on Sunday, I walked past and people were tiptoeing through the rubbish that was on that street.
It's rats as well.
Okay, thank you for that, Sam. I will now end the adjournment and only members of council may speak. Councillor Haxby.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Apologies for being late. I've been chasing the shit through 4 hours down the cliffs at Dolphin. Hence my attire. I usually do not attend council meetings dressed like this, but I just didn't have time to get changed. So my apologies, Mr. Chairman. To Councillor Squires, I'd like to see somebody from county look how many signs and posts we've got in the town. Just as part of this environmental clean-up, because I believe there's far too many signs and posts in the town, and there could be
Give us the number of them.
Yeah, there are posts and signs all over, hay boards and everything, you name it, it's there. It'd be nice just somebody just walk around the town and identify, you know, which posts and poles we need
Yeah,
and which are superfluous.
yeah. Well, I mean, that could be incorporated in doing
Yeah.
something.
It's just something nice that would, I think, help the town.
That's if you think it's a good idea.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth.
And B, I don't know whether this is yours or borough's or a private matter, but in the pavement there's a letterbox that's been knocked down for the last month with barriers around it right opposite the station garage. Now, I've had lots of locals expressing fears that it will be taken away and either not replaced or replaced with a square thing that fits on the wall. Now, it's an iconic, proper letterbox, which somebody's obviously backed into and knocked over or dislodged. But it is in the public pavement, and I'm just wondering if pressure can be put on the post office to either repair it, restand it, or do whatever.
Yeah.
But the last thing we want is it taken away. If you could please,
Right, I'll see what I can find out.
Councillor Anthony and then Councillor Meek.
In reply to Councillor Haxby, I think we did have a session where Tom and Andrew Stanton, we went round town looking at signs, so it may be a better idea to, if you know of any signs that actually need sorting out.
the thing is, I don't know which are legal,
Yeah,
which are not legal,
Yeah.
which are mandatory, and which are advisory, and which...
yeah. We did get quite a few sorted, didn't we?
Supermarket signs.
Yeah.
It's got to be insane new supermarket.
So, yeah, be nice.
Councillor Meek.
Post box that Council Axel were talking about, it has actually got GR on it, so it's not new.
He's gone though, we can't complain to him, can we?
No, yeah, it's historic, isn't it?
Is there any more questions for Councillor Swires, please? If not, at this point I will move standing order 3 again and adjourn the meeting to allow Councillor Cross to speak.
Thank you, Chair. Really just following on from what the other councillors are saying. I reported to the office the road has collapsed down here. A resident reported to me. Various residents have said, you know, the Tony Yorkshire and some of the roads have been repaired and we're all in favour of that. But they seem to have missed the other roads that the Tony Yorkshire one going on. And I think from what's been said, it's now time, because the roads are actually failing in the town, to record and have walk-arounds with Andrew Stanton and the county councillor, and actually, you know, highlight these things whilst they're there, and, you know, so that action can be taken. Walking down John Street today, somebody pointed out to me the collapse in the road there, sort of thing, and it's now time to, you know, work on these private road services.
Is that at the junction with Bellevue? Is that at the junction with Bellevue?
No, it's it's actually in the middle of John Street, just outside the Evans Centre.
Okay, thank you for that, Councillor Cross. I will now end the adjournment and only members of the council may speak.
Anything else?
There's no other people who wants to... Oh, Councillor Meek wants the last word.
On Queen Street, going down Queen Street, walking down the other day, I don't know what's causing it, the roadway, right hand side, which you're walking down to the gardens, the road is actually cracking and sinking. If you get somewhere to move it in, Phil. So I don't know what's causing it.
Okay, is there any more questions for Councillor Swires? If not, thank you very much for coming on, Councillor Swires. And now move on to number 7 on the agenda, Town Clerk and RFL reports. We'll now hand over to the clerk.
Thank you. You've all had a copy of the report. It's, I think, pretty self-explanatory. There's just a couple of things, or one thing in particular I'd like to draw your attention to. The YLCA strategic plan. The timing for that, if anyone wants to respond to this plan, we have only up until Tuesday the 26th of June to do that. Other than that, are there any questions relating to the report?
Any questions, Councillor?
Can I just query the date of the strategic planning meeting? It says on here the 27th of the 7th. Is that correct? No, it says on this report it says 27th of the 7th.
Very sure it's correct.
Yeah,
7th of the 7th.
Is that
It's a Friday.
yeah, it is a Friday. Yes.
Right, okay.
I did question that myself.
Any more questions for the clerk, Councillor Shackleton?
Yeah, the same thing actually, Councillor Williams being discussed. We may not have all the chairs in place by then. So I noticed on the others no finance meeting. So to have a strategic planning meeting, we'll need all the chairs of the relevant committees in place.
I think the meeting was set prior to any amendments following last week's meeting.
And the road committee meetings are all the dates and the road commission, so you can shop and change them however you sort of then dates we say for the council. So if you want to resolve the holiday at a later date now, feel free to do so.
Well, Friday.
Anybody?
Well, I think we can move on that later, can we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like, if we just have it tomorrow, I can send out an email,
Yeah.
and if all members feel like there's a need to move stuff around, you can. I don't think there's an issue with doing that between now, and if you really want to set it in stone, you could then resolve formally to do it at the July meeting and get that voted. So there's time, so just send an email around rather than having a never-ending discussion about dates.
We need to push finance meeting in before
Yeah.
Even if it's only for the election of chair and that.
Okay. Okay, so we'll await your email then. Okay. Are there any more questions for the clerk, please? No? We'll move forward then. Number 8. Minutes of the ordinary meeting held on Wednesday, 9th of May 2018. Have you all read the minutes, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. If so, could I have a proposer and a seconder to approve them, please? Councillor Meek? proposing, Councillor Thurston, seconding. All those in favour, please. Okay. Number 9, minutes of the annual meeting held on Wednesday, 23rd of May 2018. You have had a chance to read the minutes. Have everybody read them, please? If so, could I have a proposer and a seconder to approve them? Councillor Meek proposing, Councillor Shackleton seconding. All those in favour, please. Yes, Councillor Shackleton.
I'd just like to thank yourself as Chair and Mayor for your hospitality after the meeting. I thought it was a lovely end to the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Hacksley.
I think that it was disappointing that everybody chose not to turn up.
Anybody else wish to say anything? No? We'll move on then. Number 10, minutes of the extraordinary meeting held on Wednesday, 23rd of May 2018. You've had a chance to read the minutes on your iPads. Do you want any more time? No? If so, please could I have a proposer and a seconder to approve them? Councillor Butterworth and Councillor Haxby. All those in favour, please. Thank you. Everybody. Right, we'll go on to number 11 now. Council committee.
What about number 9?
It's been done once. There was a mistake. There was a mistake by the clerk by putting 9 and 10 once. Okay.
I'll hold my hand up and do that.
Okay. And it was pointed out to me this afternoon, and instead of just for that doing reprinting new agendas, I said no, it'll be right. Okay. So we're now on number 11. Council committees, working parties and outside bodies minutes. There are no minutes of the council to note or approve, as no meetings have taken place since the annual meeting on 23rd of May 2018. So we'll move on to number 12, which was number 10. Right. Schedule of payments. Do any members wish to make a comment or ask any questions about the schedule? They are on your iPads. Councillor Shackleton.
Yes, it's an item paid out on the 25th of the 5th, and it's back about Filey, and it's for bunting and banner, £258.50.
What's that about? This was they were the organisers of this bunting that was taking place for the Tour de Yorkshire event down the front, so they organised it, so I think technically speaking the money was paid to them, but if you recall we sort of discussed it all. I think it was at the Parking March April meeting, I remember which, and everyone seems to still be happy doing. I think it's actually half the amount that they had actually initially asked for. I think initially they asked for £500, but for various reasons they ended up doing less work and therefore ended up being less, but technically speaking they organised it so it was paid to them, but it did happen, and I was there on the Tour de Yorkshire day and saw it myself.
Any more comments? No, if not, could I have a proposer and a seconder, please, to approve the schedule amounting to £14,744.43. Councillor Meek and Councillor Shackleton. All those in favour of that, please. Right, we'll move on now to number 13 on the agenda. Resignation of Town Councillor. May I hand over to Town Clerk to give an update?
Yes, there is going to be an election. We've had that confirmed by Scarborough Borough Council, and we received the letter and the packages of documents today, which include a timetable. The timetable, very in summary, is that Thursday the 21st there will be the notice of the election will go out asking for nominations, and the nomination packages will be available from Friday the 22nd of June from the office or from Scarborough, depending on where you so desire. The nominees have until Friday the 29th of June to hand in their papers in preparation for the poll which will take place on Thursday the 26th of July. There are a couple of things following that we need to decide upon. Are we looking to have polling cards? And if we are, we need to understand the cost of those polling cards. If we have polling cards for printing and postage, the cost will be £1,750. If we have them printed and delivered by hand, it is £1,250.
This is on top of the actual fee that we have to pay for the election. Councillor Mead.
The last buyout election we had, I don't think we printed them, did we?
No, we didn't.
No. Well, I suppose we do the same as the last buyout election.
Through you, Chair, it was a very low turnout. I don't think a lot of people knew the election was even on.
It wasn't all turnout, yes. But the question is, do we need to print these cards and spend that type of money on them?
Well,
by law, we do not need to do it. All right. Councillor Shackleton.
My recollection is I don't think we've ever had these polling cards. And polling cards, they don't necessarily mean that there's going to be a larger turnout.
I hope there is.
But, I've never been a fan of co-option. In fact, I'm dead against co-option. But I think at this time, it would have been a sensible move to co-opt. For two reasons. A, to save the expense on this council. Well, last time it was 4,500. And if you're looking at polling cards, you're looking up to around about 6 or above. And B, we're going to have a renaissance in May of this council. So to get an election and have a new council sit when we're all for the election in 9 months after the event, just seems a waste of public money to me. But I understand that people have the right to call for an election. And, I'll go with that, but I just think it's a shame that we're doing it at this late stage.
Councillor Huxley.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think last time we put it in the newsletter, believe it or not. It fits to everybody. I'm sure we put it in the newsletter for the last election. We didn't send poll cards out, that is for sure. And I will be against it this time. If people are interested, they will know about it. Either off the website or by hearsay. And if you look at Facebook, the media is full of people wanting an election. And there's people been putting stuff on Facebook that, take it with a pinch of salt. So I'll vote against it.
Does anybody else want to say anything?
I don't know what we're voting against. Well, we're not, because
we're not voting against it.
Sorry, no, you said I'm voting against it. I'm thinking what we're doing.
That's when the time comes.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
No, we're not voting against anything. No. I'm trying to get your opinions before we start voting against anything on this or for it. Councillor Busselman.
I think I'm against the cost of polling cards. I think that's just an astronomical amount to pay for a piece of paper to put through your letterbox that people just tend to disregard anyway. I think we can publicise this election better ourselves through the local radio, through our website, through Facebook, through notice boards, through local press, and I think we could get the word out there fast enough and loud enough to make the expense of £1,750 unnecessary.
Councillor Shackleton.
There's also another way to make the public aware that there's an election. When I was elected on, I posted a flyer to every household in Filey, as did Councillor Thurston, and I believe Councillor Mead did the same. Councillor Bosom was rather lazy,
I didn't post anything to anybody.
That is another way to make people aware and really to get your face out there as well.
It is also on the notice boards scattered around that there will be an election, or it will be on.
They are in the notice cases.
Okay. So, does anybody else want to speak on this before we go into a vote on it? No? In that case, can I have a proposal? For or against the cards? For or against the cards, the voting cards that come from...
I didn't think anybody proposed it, sorry.
I'm looking for a proposal in the second.
I would propose that we do not send voting cards out, Mr. Chairman. Full stop.
Yes, Councillor
Second
Mead,
it.
have we got an amendment on that? No? In that case, we're going straight into a vote for what Councillor Axby has said. All those in favour of not sending cards out? Six. Against? The motion carried that we will not send cards out. Thank you. We'll move on now to...
Sorry,
Carry on.
Councillor Watt, there are two other things that we need to consider because of this resignation. One is the update or the continual update of the notice boards, as that is now something that is not being done, so we need to consider that. We consider it's certainly not something that the office can do on a regular basis, so we do need to have some sort of proposal or plan in place to make sure that it happens, because it is a very important aspect of communicating with the town's people.
Right.
This,
Right. Councillor Mead?
this last week, myself and Maureen made the cases up to date. So at this moment in time they are spent.
Have you any suggestions of councillors, please, to do this? It is voluntary, obviously, for the council.
When I'm not on holiday, I'll certainly do it. Can we have less sarcasm from the public gallery?
I'll wait till we put on Friday night. If it's not on Friday, it's
Councillor Cross, please. Councillor Shackleton.
I suggest having a rota chair.
A rota?
And why not? And then every councillor does his bit, or whatever.
Yeah, could do. Simply enough.
You could have a monthly rota or a fortnightly rota.
Can I put an amendment to that? I think it's the doors are slightly heavy for us females to manage, I think. And it's a two-person job, is it, Louise?
The doors,
Oh,
no, the doors are not heavy. The problem is when the wind is blowing. They'll do waft about. As long as it opens up to a certain angle, you can put your short stop from moving and whacking you one, but it's not advisable, really.
Councillor Shackleton.
to make it simple, can we have a strut passing onto these doors and a straining strap or strut to stop them blowing about?
There is a way of doing this, and that is to employ somebody to go around and do it once a week. That's another way of doing it.
Well,
Is it a monthly job?
It's a weekly
job.
It's a weekly job.
People like work aren't going to be able to do it, are they? Like Kevin Wilkie, councillor, will never be able to do it. He works out. It's not going to be that straightforward, is it? Just have it as a rota.
Council wasn't.
Without wishing to put on somebody that I haven't spoken to about this, is it something we could task our caretaker with?
We could do it, he's willing to do
Is he
it.
willing to do it?
You would need Maureen described that, you would need another person to do with it, but you might, if you wish to approach it, you know, to do it, it's still going to need athletic background.
Well, could we explore that route first? If councillors are in agreement to that?
I think that's a very good idea, Councillor.
I would have, when I'm here, once again, I would assist him.
Could we see about approaching them?
Good idea, yeah.
Okay.
Is everybody in favour of that, by the way?
Yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
approaching him.
I understand there is some leeway in his employment terms.
Staffing budget, yeah, as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
So if we-
as everybody knows, there's 3 in town, which will be done in half an hour at the most, and then the one down near Cobble Landing. Follow.
Seven. Make it 7.
But it's not the council. Yeah, the bus station. The one on the corner of Crescent and Bellevue Street. The one against the old post office that belonged to the town council.
One outside here.
Oh, the outside here is.
Yeah, you did that one.
That's all that belong to the town council, except the one else, not including the one outside the offices.
So, does all members go down the line that we approach our caretaker and ask him if he's willing to do this?
Yep.
Could I have a proposal for that in a second then,
Well, I
please?
suppose I can do my idea.
I'll send it.
Councillor Bosworth, Councillor Meek, proposed and seconded. All those in favour of that, please? Yes, right? All those against that? All those that's not voting?
Abstaining.
I'm just worried, is he well enough?
Abstaining,
Well,
abstaining.
until we approach him, then we don't...
We don't know until we approach him, you see.
Then we
That's
can
the only
revisit
thing.
it.
Like, I mean, after seeing him today, he was suffering with, what is it, vertigo a little bit this afternoon. So, but he's managed to set everything up, so we'll see. And this is the only job he does now, is this caretaking. So, we will approach him and see what he has to say, and then we'll have to go from there. We can't do any other, can we? Okay, is there anything else?
Yes, there's one final thing. The committee makeup, obviously at this moment in time there's a number of vacancies on the committee, and we need to decide when we will vote or agree to who will be adding on to those committees or whatever, whether we're going to go with existing council members or wait until the new council member is voted in.
Councillor Bush.
Can I propose that we wait until we've got our new member of our council so that there is an equal opportunity for them to partake in committee work?
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Seconded. All those in favour of that then, please? Oh, that's definitely. Is that one?
No, that's it.
Right, thank you for that, David. At this point in time, exclusion of press and public.
That's me, I'm off the air. Yeah,